Yes, you are here for lunch with Diablo. I am your host, Yoda.
Apparently my Deckard cane sounds more like Yoda. Anyways, you decide. We're back with Lunch with Diablo. Time to eat our triple decker club sandwich from up the street. With bacon, ham, mayonnaise. And I have to say, I'm a little surprised by some of your guys' requests for which class to play. This lovely lady here, the barbarian female, only one vote, and that was a joke vote. Look at her. Really? No votes? Come on. Barbarian women! Anyways, that did not work out well for the barbarian woman. She is not going to be the class and gender we choose. But let's wait for a few minutes before we get to that. First of all, a couple questions that came in. What happens when the internet drops out? Well, I know this too well at home right now because I just moved and my internet seems to drop out about every 10 minutes. So what happens is no matter where you are at, you get kicked out of BattleNet, you log back in, and your character is back in Tristram. You do have whatever XP and loot you had gotten, but everything spawns back on the route, at least to the checkpoint where you were headed. So if you were almost at the, Skeleton King or something like that, yeah, you're gonna have to do it again. But you do keep your stuff, so that's all that really matters, correct? Couple other questions we have are, what about mana problems at the start of the game? So far, I think Blizzard wants you to be able to have fun and experiment with the 1 or 2 skills you have. So mana replenishes itself fast, and you shouldn't really be running out of mana. A couple people asked if you could also change off the scrolling combat text stuff like in World of Warcraft, and yes, here you go. Damage numbers, critical number display, you can turn those off, that way they no longer appear over your head. A couple other questions. Systems requirements, don't know yet. Blizzard tends to keep their stuff where a lot of machines can run them. This is my higher level monk. I've ran through 2 times already, and I have been running with this Templar as a companion. He's already level 10. They do get skills and abilities. You can give them equipment that you have picked up, and it's stayed with me even on log out and log in. I'm not sure of the rules here. It seems a little too generous right now. But the other question a lot of people seem to be having is with the stash. Now this is shared amongst all your people. You can drop in all your stuff, even if you have cool gear on one character, and then drop it on to the stash and then log into a level 1. Unless there is a level restriction or a class restriction, which there aren't a lot of yet, you can just equip that stuff on the other character. Weapons and such like that. Here is something that dropped for me the other day. Let's identify it. Same thing. You need a scroll. A legendary sword, but it looks pretty sweet. Still pretty good damage even though this character has better stuff. It's good to throw in the stash because then if we create a wizard, we can go with that. The stash is really cool. You could buy more slots for a pretty decent price right now. That seems like it should change. Right now they're a little too cheap. I was able to buy all the bank slots here, and then I could almost even buy another tab. Which I probably will. Alright, let's take a look at the auction house real quick. A lot of the features are in. I haven't really messed around with it too much. You can definitely search for certain items, all by pull downs at this point. So let's go ahead and look up something like, I don't know. I haven't got a neck piece yet on my character, and that's probably because it appears that nobody has. Okay, probably no amulets. The other thing that was hard to come by is shoulders and helmets. Let's check for helmets. Oh, yeah, plenty of helmets. Go ahead and pick one. No, that's not. I mean, I got a pretty good drop on the monk already. Maybe we should go with something more random like bracers. A lot of kind of high prices. Sometimes during the beta, I'm a little surprised by how much people are fake going to spend, since you're going to lose it anyways. But here is a... Let's search for something else. Spirit Stone for the monk. It's a headpiece, level 7. See, this one's pretty cheap. It's only buy at 253 gold, which most of my characters seem to have. I think you even start out with like 8,000, so the fact that we have 9,000 is pretty much nothing. Not the greatest thing, but I mean, it just shows you the auction house a bit. So at this point, we can bid or buy out, just like in World of Warcraft. I'm going to go ahead and buy out so we can do it. It shows you the thing, confirm. Then it will give you a little pop-up to where it went. There it goes. Bid was accepted, and that will go into your stash eventually. So here's completed transactions. I purchased some shoulders because I hadn't found any yet. Alright, so there is the item we just won, the glass star, sent to the shared stash, and now that item has been sent there. So now whenever you log in, that item will be in your stash. I don't know what we'll do if your stash is full. I guess I could try that, but not right now. Alright, let's take a look. Let's jump in and check the stash. Yep, there it is. We could equip this now or save it for somebody else or whatever, but the one I have is a little bit better, so we'll just keep that one and put that one back into the stash. Okay, now the main question I asked you guys is what class should we play? So let us switch and create our new hero. Was it the barbarian, the demon hunter, the monk, the witch doctor, or the wizard? It was not the female barbarian, in case you didn't get that from the beginning. Not one serious vote for this lady. Come on, people, look at her. Alright, female wizard, not much either. Male wizard got a good amount. The witch doctor, a medium amount of interest, but neither really did too well. What it really comes down to is the demon hunter and the monk. Both females lost out to the males. But it was the monk that turned out the most votes. Male monk is our class of choice. Let's begin. Let's start a campaign game with our new monk. So far I do like the monk. It is pretty fun. Alright, so when we first load in, here are our stats. Remember, you cannot allocate these stats this time. 10 attack, 11 precision, 10 defense, 9 vitality. But the skills are where we're at. So the monk has a spirit generator. This is like your melee attack that is flying fists that generate your resource system. You can spend your resources with other skills, like this blinding flash that will daze and blind enemies around you. Now, as you can see, 2 blinding flashes took us down to about half of the spirit we had pulled. Now what we will need to do is use the... Now we'll need to attack to build up more of that spirit. So let's head on over and attack some of the risen with the combos. The monk hits in 2 standard attacks, and then the third is technically the combo. And sometimes that has a different, well, most times it has a different proc to it. Like this one is a frontal AoE splash electric damage. So you got a 1, 2, and then electrocute splash on the third punch. Alright, let's get the game going. I'm not gonna let this roll too much with the audio because we already watched this with the Witch Hunter. So let us get going. Let's kill the Risen that pop up. Monk's a lot of fun so far, I must say. I played a lot of Barbarian in Diablo 2, but the Barbarian here is still fun, but I gotta admit, the Monk's way cooler. I'm glad you guys chose the Monk. We will probably have to roll Demon Hunter next just because there were so many votes for it.
Burn those corpses before they rise again.
Zakharum has fallen to disgrace. What faith can...
I promised Marco I'd protect him.
You're missing something very important. A cauldron of Jordan. I want you to have mine for all the help you've given.
So this is new, starting today. Or maybe it was yesterday. The blacksmith has already spawned in. So far in the playthroughs, it took till a little bit after you find Deckard Cain before he was accessible. Now he gives you the Cauldron of Jordan that you can use to turn items into gold. This is that legendary sword we identified, and it is unusable at this point because we're merely level 1. It does have a level 2 restriction, so that should be able to easily be met within the first few minutes. Let's go ahead and throw some of this equipment on here. That is the beauty of the stored stash. Basically, you'll want to amass the coolest stuff you can and store it in here, and every time you start up a new person or character, you can throw it on. Or you could also not. I don't know why you accumulate it then, though, if you don't want to use it on stuff. Anyways, I'm going to throw it on. That headpiece we bought from the auction house is locked out because I believe it's level 7 requirement. We will throw that on later. Alright, there's some armor and equipment, and let's go into the Slaughtered Calf Inn. Once again, talk to Lish. Let's start the next quest.
Said you survived the
These people are going to turn into more risen. Kill them real quick.
This is killing business.
There's also been a few questions in some of the footage that I put up already. One time I had a little snake following me around. There is a companion scroll that you get that will give you a little pet companion for a few minutes. And what they do is run around with you, and they will pick up gold. So far they're pretty cool. They don't last too long. I have not got any drops yet on this character because we just started. I will show you one when we get it. Alright, let's start the quest. This is about where we trailed off with the Witch Hunter, but let's get a little bit farther today, since this is finally the character we're going to go with. Alright, the Risen are going to break through, and we need to kill some wretched mothers. They spit up on the ground and cause more Risen to erupt from Earth. Alright, we hit level 2. Let's grab our loot. When you first get an item, it kind of blinks when you look in your inventory. That way, when your inventory is super full, you'll be able to tell what you accumulated. Fist of Thunder, that's our spirit generator. We don't get another one till level 5, but we did get another spender. Our attributes also went up a bit. 12 attack, 13 precision, 12 defense, 14 vitality now. Let's go in and grab that little sword real quick since we're level 2. It obviously is... It's still got pretty high stats since it's legendary, but it's definitely, I think, supposed to be for a wizard since it talks about having wizard stats at 5% damage increase. Alright, so the skills we just got. Well, there's the sword. Yes, adds 5% more damage to wizards only. Has 1 to 2 holy damage, but it's got an alright DPS, so let's keep it on for now. Plus, it's legendary, right? So, let's head on out on the road and kill the wretched mothers. So far, this Spirit Spender has been a pretty good staple because it's a heal. The problem with mayonnaise is when it gets on your hand and then transfers to your mouse. It's kind of gross, I gotta say. Hold on, let me clean it. Killing dudes and picking up their gold. There you go, she spewed out on the ground. Oh. Things are dying pretty fast. Uncover all the map. It's fun, right? Alright, let's duck down into the cellar.
Fiends are young. There must be a nest nearby. This nest will produce no more of the vermin.
Check everything. You never know what kind of loot is around the corner. If you don't kill everything or check everything, you might miss it.
Watch him explode.
Alright, let's run around. Let's check everything we can. Kill everybody. Let's get that XP rolling in. And let's try to find some more loot. The monk pretty much blows everything up. The spirit generator is nice so far. 2 clicks and then 3, and you get whatever effect. There's one that will give you like a swirling AoE protection. I think it dazes people around you. The next one we get is the one I've been rolling with the most so far. It actually projects your attack a little bit outward, so it gives you a little bit of a range. It also increases the damage it does. Oh, there we got a blue sword. Not good enough. We'll stay with what we got for now. So this is the Breath of Heaven. Let's go back to the Blinding Flash because we didn't actually use it in combat. Let's crawl up in here. Oh, okay, everybody's waiting. Nobody's hitting. Yeah, they're confused. Oh yeah, good old stumps. Lots of little things to turn over. Another Wretched Mother. Dazed now. Level 3. Slashing Tail Kick. Remember those globes that are dropped can heal you a bit. Dazed. Pretty cool little ability, I guess. I mean, the heal is obviously always going to be handy. So problem I guess they're running into with right now in the beta is that I could actually just leave the skill pane open and switch whenever I needed to between these skills. Doesn't seem like that's what Blizzard wants, so they're probably gonna keep it so you can't do it when you're in combat or something. But since there's no respecs or anything, you can always just reslot out whatever skill ability you want on the fly. I'm not quite sure how they're gonna handle that. If you're in the middle of a boss battle and you decide you want to use your heal, but they've locked it out due to that mechanic, I'm not sure how that's gonna fare out. A little bit of life. Another cellar we can check out. See if there's any loot. It's all about the loot. Barrels, boxes, stumps, logs, more diaries to give you a little bit of lore information. Can't quite grab it.
There's chaos everywhere, and word in town is that Ladanin killed the king. If only this is true. Perhaps our days and nights of living in terror are behind us now.
The dank cellar, what's in here?
Did those creatures steal the treasure?
More quills. A little bit of gold. Aw, that's disappointing. Where's our stuff? Alright. Checking out all the last bits of the map. You know how it is. You can't have any gray on there before you feel like you can move on. What if there was that one item that you wanted that you could have had if you would have only explored that last little stump. Alright, so we reach a checkpoint in the old ruins. We have to slay the wretched queen. So where is she? A lot of environmental detail. Things fall down. You can collapse certain parts in the dungeons. There's the wretched queen. Oh boy, super easy at this point with this gear. I can switch out the gear if that's the problem, but I mean we're gonna get the gear anyway, so the whole point, right? Getting the gear. All right, gold. Let's clean out this little area. Gold and monsters. Get our XP. Pile of bones. Some health and minor potions. Keepsake box. Oh, another journal. For some reason, these things don't click very well.
Praise the powers that be. Griswold bless.
It's hard to eat
dear
and play
heart
Diablo
with
because
everything to bring
it's
that dear
addicting.
boy home
And
from the
yes,
cathedral.
I forget to
Though
eat.
he is troubled and moody now, I am certain it will pass, and he will once again be the sweet wort we all love.
Walking corpses tend to their upper torso tends to come out after you. Alright, I think that's all we can see here. Check some more of the bodies, a little bit more gold. Now the waypoint can take us back to New Tristram. And then we can turn in the quest. Captain Rumford is thankful that we killed those wretched mothers.
The idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him.
Alright. Reward. Fist weapon that we have a little bit better of. Shows your XP and your gold.
Come.
Next part of the
Let
quest.
us search for your uncle.
Alright, and that's gonna do it here today with lunch in Diablo. Eating this sandwich is a little hard with one hand or even two hands, much less. I'm going to call it a day. We will stop here and pick it up later.
Mmm.